Well, we've had several times. We've had the comet. We've had the great flood with Noah, as we know. That's timed also during the sinking of Atlantis and Lemur, which were, by the way, beside two totally different continents. That's how big the flood was. I mean, the Atlantis was off the coast of Florida. A lot of people don't know that. That's part of the reason the Lama resides in Florida. That's another episode of the Patriot and Lama sure to come. Lemur was off the coast where Europe and the Middle East is today, more closer to the Mediterranean. So that's how big the flood was. And then when it started, we've had these several restarts, right?
Yep.
And I'll talk more in point. Adam shows up again later in history before Christ is even incarnated.
I know, that's when I see that question. That's the last question. So, and people don't, I was always taught, reincarnation, that's evil, that's demonic. Don't think that. Oh, meditation, yoga, thinking thinking what you say actually comes true.
Right.
Oh, frequencies. What a bunch of malarkey that they're feeding everyone to keep them from stepping into their power.
That's right.
And the Lama and the Patriot are going to show you, as we step in this lifetime into our full power that you're going to watch happen right in front of your eyes. We want you to come and step in with us.
Absolutely.
And let's transform this world together like no one's ever seen, ever. Because again, you said many times, Master Lama Rasaji, there's never been this many people on the planet at one time.
There's never been this many unconscious alongside of conscious. What does that tell you? Now, what I'm going to say right now, based on Jimmy's statement, is really should tingle you to your very soul, to your very sharat. And that is, there are more descendants of Adam that are on the planet right now that are waking up than have ever existed on the planet. That means with God's DNA inside of them. And that's what the 144,000 makes reference to. Now, there's two references of the 144,000. We need a minimum of that. Doesn't have anything to do with the maximum. We can get more, fine. But it'll take a minimum of people knowing they are a descendant of Adam to turn that life on. The other reference to the 144,000 is there's actually 144,000 parathyroids in the human being. And as we switch on from 110 electricity to 220, we're going to switch all those parathyroids on. What will that do? Well, Jimmy made reference to balancing the chakras. Well, Tai Chi Gun practice does that, also wearing moonstone. This is why you see me now in moonstone prayer beads. They balance the chakras. These beads are so cold, they're actually maintain a coldness colder than the temperature that's in my house, because they were designed like that to calm and cool you down to center your chakras, right? So I want you to think about what's happening here. So everything is in alignment. All of you, when you wake up and get into your Kundalini enough, get into what Jesus referred to as second birth of the Father enough, then the parathyroids take the Father's DNA and just turn it full on. And then in full on, what does that mean? Well, Albert Einstein said that we were only using maybe 10 to 15% of our facility, right?
Yep.
What is going to happen is that with everybody within the first decade that gets turned on, that's going to minimally double. And what's going to happen when you're used to using only 10 to 15%? Now you're using 25 to 30%. Well, those are the people that the Lama has been studying with for the last 50 years. they're 30% and beyond. And you can't even imagine what a human being is beyond 30% facility activated. And I've trained with some of those too.